In this video, we will look at an interesting problem associated with equilibrium. A 12 kg sphere is supported on a frictionless plane, so that is the frictionless plane, inclined at an angle of 45 degrees. So theta is 45 degrees from the horizontal. Angle phi is 25 degrees. What is the tension in the cable? So let's begin with the free body diagram. What are the forces acting directly on the sphere? The first one is the weight of the sphere, going vertically downward, 12 times gravity, so that is the weight. The second force is the tension in the cable that we are trying to compute. And the third force is the normal force from the incline onto the sphere, as shown here with the letter N. It's important to note that this angle here is 90 degrees because N is perpendicular to this inclined surface. Since this angle is 25 degrees, that would make this angle 65 degrees. Let's analyze this further. This dashed line with the incline and with that dashed line forms Z. What that means is this angle has got to be the same as theta, which is 45 degrees. So since this entire thing is 45 degrees and phi itself is 25 degrees, so that would make this angle 20 degrees. So again, we have another right angle triangle. So if this angle here is 20, this is 90, so this has got to be 70 degrees. What that means is this angle right here must be 180 degrees minus 70 plus 65. So that is 45 degrees because this is 45 degrees. We shall take the y-axis to be in that direction and x-axis to be in this direction. Now let's use condition 1 of static equilibrium just to analyze the forces. So the sum of the y component of all the forces must be 0. So there are three contributions: the y component of normal force, the y component of the tension, and the weight. So here the weight would balance the sum of the y component of the normal force and the y component of the tension in the cable. From the diagram, you see the y component of the normal force is the normal force times the cosine of 45 degrees. Cosine of 45 degrees is 1 over square root 2. The y component of the tension equals the tension, which is what we want to calculate, times the cosine of 70 degrees. So let's substitute those two terms in here. Ny is n over square root 2. Ty is t cosine 70 degrees. So that is equation 1. Now let's analyze the x components. So the sum of all the x components of the forces would be 0 as well. Still condition 1 of static equilibrium. Here there are only two contributions: the x component of the normal force and the x component of the tension. Since they are going in an opposite direction, they must balance each other out. So nx equals to tx. What is nx? Nx is n times cosine of that angle, which is cosine of 45 degrees, 1 over square root 2. T sub x, the x component of the tension, is the tension times the cosine of that angle, which is 90 minus 70, so 20, cosine 20. So this is equation 2. To solve for the tension, all we have to do is to substitute n over square root 2 in equation 1. So equation 1 becomes t cosine 20 degrees plus t cosine 70 degrees equals to 12G. And tension can be solved immediately. So the tension in the cable equals 12G over cosine 20 degrees plus cosine 70 degrees. And the answer is, and that's going to give you an answer of about 92 newtons if you take G to be 9.8 meter per second squared. So that's the answer. As you can see, this answer was obtained from just the condition 1 of static equilibrium. Now let's see if we can obtain the same answer by using condition 2 of static equilibrium itself. Condition 2 of static equilibrium says the sum of all torques must be 0 about any point of your choosing. I'm going to choose the point or the axis about which I want to compute the torque to be here, the point where the sphere is making contact with the inclined plane. Let's call that point A. So let's calculate all the torques. There are 3 forces, 1, 2, 3. So you should be able to get 3 torques about an axis passing through that point A and perpendicular to the plane of the page. Immediately you see the normal force is passing through the axis of rotation. So its moment arm is 0. So there is no contribution from normal force towards the torque. Now let's do the torque due to the tension in the cable. That is given by the force, in this case the tension, times the moment arm. The moment arm is given by the distance from the axis of rotation to where the force acts. So that is the radius of the sphere. Let's call it r. The other thing is sine of the angle between the tension and the moment arm. So you see tension is going in this direction. The moment arm is going from the axis of rotation to where the force acts. So the angle between them is that, which is 115 degrees. So the term sine 115 degrees should be multiplied with that term to get the torque due to that tension in the cable. Now let's compute the torque due to the weight. So that is equivalent to the weight, which is 12g, times the moment arm associated with the weight. So the moment arm associated with the weight is measured from the axis of rotation to where the force of weight acts. So again, this is r. To this, we have to multiply sine of the angle between the weight factor and the moment arm factor for that weight. And that we can signify in a following manner. So the weight is going this way, the moment arm is going that way for the weight, so the angle between them is that. So that from the diagram is 180 degrees minus 45 degrees, which is 135 degrees. So sine 135 degrees. As you can see, the torque due to tension would try to rotate this sphere about that axis like that, whereas the torque due to weight would try to rotate the sphere about the same axis in an opposite direction. What that means is if you take this torque to be negative, then this one has got to be positive, so that the sum would turn out to be 0. That would give us TR sine 115 equals to 12G R sine 135 degrees. So you see the R goes away and you can solve for the tension. Solving for tension, you get tension to be 12 times G sine 135 degrees over sine 115 degrees. And that will give you 92 newtons, the same as the one obtained earlier. So you see the interesting part of this problem is that you can use either condition 1 or condition 2 to get the answer for the tension. Thanks for watching.